Hello and welcome to CoreTv News, and this hour I am Nina Nyama. Some gunmen on Friday night attacked the office of the Department of State Security in Lokoja, Kogi State, killing a policeman. The Commissioner of Police in the state, Mr. Emmanuel Ojukwu, who confirmed the incident, said a team of security forces from the police, the Nigerian Army and DSS later engaged the gunmen. He, however, said it cannot be ascertained if the men were Boko Haram members or not, but promised that the law would take its course. Ojukwu assured the public that the police are always on alert and would always work in collaboration with other security agencies to tackle security challenges in the states. President Muhammadu Buhari has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to the establishment of a fully transparent and accountable public revenue management system in Nigeria. Addressing the United Nations plenary for the adoption of the post-2015 development agenda, President Buhari said his administration has taken steps to improve and streamline internal generation of revenue in the country. He also applauded the adoption of the post-2015 Global Development Agenda and the commitment of world leaders to sustainable development, international peace and security, and the protection of the planet. President Buhari said there is need for political will and the required global partnership to pursue and implement the programs which the countries are committed to. President Muhammadu Buhari says he is deeply saddened by the tragedy which occurred on Thursday in Saudi Arabia, claiming the lives of hundreds of pilgrims, including some Nigerians. In a statement by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, the president, who is currently attending the 70th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, described the stampede at Mina, in which a notable Nigerian journalist, Hajia Bilkisu Yusuf, Professor Tijani El-Miskin and others lost their lives, as a monumental tragedy not only for citizens of the countries involved, but for the global Islamic community. He extended his condolences to the families of the over 700 pilgrims who lost their lives in the disaster which occurred less than 2 weeks after a crane collapse in Mecca claimed more than 100 lives. Also, Senate President Bukola Saraki has called on the Saudi authorities to review safety rules governing activities during the annual pilgrimage. He made a call while mourning the death of about 717 pilgrims who died as a result of the stampede while stoning the devil at Jamrat in Mina on Thursday. Saraki said he was shocked by the news of the stampede, which occurred despite safety instructions. The authority, in a statement by his media office, the Senate President urged the Saudi authorities to organize a comprehensive review and update of the safety and security arrangements around the holy places where many pilgrims will always visit at the same time. This is said is necessary to avoid unnatural disasters like the two that had happened in the last 1 month. The Gombe State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board has disclosed that 5 pilgrims have not been located since Thursday. The Executive Secretary, Osman Gurame, told newsmen in Saudi Arabia that members of the medical team has been checking hospitals and mortuaries with a view to locating them or their remains. He, however, said that for now it had not been confirmed as to whether they were among those who died as a result of the incident at the Jamrat stone-thrown venue, where over 700 pilgrims died. Gurama also confirmed that 7 pilgrims from the state are injured at the scene of the incident and are responding to treatment. And now to security. Nigerian troops have retaken Banki town in Borno State from Boko Haram insurgents. The town, which is a major economic and trading hub between Nigeria, Cameroon and Central African countries, has for some time been occupied by the insurgents. Defense headquarters said in a statement that the recapture of the strategic town is facilitated by concerted efforts of the Nigerian Air Force and Cameroon's army. It added that several insurgents died in the operations, while a number of them were taken alive between Banki Junction and Gorosoye. The military said soldiers destroyed 7 Boko Haram camps and successfully detonated 7 improvised explosive devices, aside from 13 IEDs that were discovered and detonated between Dara Jamal and Banki. Meanwhile, the theater commander of Operation Lafayette Dole, Major General Yashua Abubakar, said after the capture of Banki, a Nigerian border town with Cameroon, on Thursday, over 200 members of the insurgency group willingly surrendered to the military. Abubakar, who spoke to journalists at about 11 a.m. on Friday, said he has received information from the troops that over 200 Boko Haram insurgents surrendered to them. He disclosed that what would have been a major disaster in Maiduguri was averted, as the commander explained that a suspected Burma was caught at Medinatu Mosque in the low-cost area of Maiduguri, who was monitoring the area with the intention of planting an improvised explosive device. Abubakar added that the suspected Boko Haram member had given information that might lead to the arrest of those who planted the Sunday's multiple bombs in Maiduguri that killed scores of residents. Drama ensued at the Ilorin Central Praying Field as the embattled Senate President Olubukola Saraki was pelted with stones and sachets of potable water. The outburst was ascribed to the non-payment of workers' salaries before the Eid celebration, thus making the Muslims fall short of their expectations. The Kwara Police Command, however, dismissed this, confirming the arrest of some hoodlums and beggars. Our correspondent Rashid has more in this report.
The Eid prayer to commemorate the Eid al-Kabir celebration took a different twist from the normal praying and slaughtering of ram in Ilorin. All went far from well when the Senate President Olubukola Saraki arrived at the prayer ground of his state of origin. After the unexpected drama, Kwara State Police Commander scrapped the action to a group of miscreants with the aim of circumventing the event. They also alleged that some aggrieved unpaid civil servants were among, leading to the arrest of 8 suspects.
The prayers at the Eid praying ground, there are some miscreants that came. Normally, we've been encountering them in the previous celebrations. Their aim is always to come and ask for money, to beg for money from well-to-do members of the public. But today, because the big men, end quote, are not forthcoming with money, so they became unruly, and that was why we have to come, in between them and make sure that they were dispersed. So when they were trying to resist arrest and were becoming very, very unruly, we have to arrest them. We made arrests. We arrested about 8 of the miscreants in conjunction with other security agencies, because we were all working together. We were there, the Nigerian police, SSS, civil defense, and the rest of them were all together working together. So 8 of them were arrested and are with us now undergoing interrogation.
The prayer session eventually held when calm was restored, which saw the chief imam of Ilorin, Bashir Mohammed, calling on Nigerians to imbibe the spirit of giving, and then gave room for the Senate President, who acted on the message of peace and patience with the current administration.
I think the most important thing is tolerance, love for each other, peace and cooperation. We must continue to be tolerant to one ourselves. And also we must ensure that whatever abuse, we should not bring it to the prayer ground. This is a place for religion. And we must continue to love ourselves, because there's no development, there's no peace. There must be peace, then there will be development. So I want to appeal to all Nigerians to be tolerant with our leaders. We are promised a new Nigeria, and inshallah we'll get there.
But while forgiveness and mercy are key to the message preached at Eid, it is still uncertain if such tenets will be extended to the arrested suspects.
Meanwhile, the Senate President Olubukola Saraki has denied that he was attacked at the Eid prayer ground in Ilorin, Kwara State. His media office, in a statement issued in Abuja, said there was no incident that could have led to him being whisked away from the prayer ground. And to buttress the position, Saraki's media aides noted that he even spoke with reporters before leaving the prayer ground. They have acknowledged that there was a protest allegedly staged by local government employees over non-payment of salaries, which they said hoodlums attempted to hijack until it was curtailed by security agents. The Senate President's media team also noted that the Kwara state government has since issued a statement where it claimed the majority of the workers have received their salaries. It also quoted the government officials as saying that those yet to be paid would receive the salaries on Monday. Residents of Plateau State who have been under siege to incessant terrorist attacks and perennial communal crises that had cost lives and property often seize every moment of joy to express their gratitude to God for sparing their lives. Our Plateau State correspondent went around town to capture the mood of the people, especially the youth, on how they feel about this year's Eid al-Kabir celebration.
The youth who have been at the forefront of the consuming communal clashes in Plateau State saw the Salah celebration as a means of relaxation and giving thanks to the Creator for the gift of life. Some who spoke to CoreTv News described the festive moment as a relief from all that has befallen them in the past and called on their fellow celebrants to eschew violence and acrimony.
Actually, I really feel great today. Today is the day of celebration. We are actually so impressed with the Salah celebration. Thank you, sir.
Some of the major accidents recorded during the festive periods is often traceable to the exuberance of the youth and drunkenness. Hence, the call was made to the road safety officials to be up and doing in ensuring that traffic laws are maintained. One of the youth leader, Abba Azan, called on the youth to be moderate in their celebration while urging them not to forget the purpose of the celebration.
I'm very excited about what is going on right now because we are celebrating the Eid al-Kabir, and you know, according to the we have to slaughter a ram to make a sacrifice. You understand? So everybody's happy, jubilating, put a new clothes to come and pray so that God Allah will accept your ibadah.
Road safety, they should go and they should start doing their prayers on the road because there is underage drivers and there is non-driver that they don't know how to drive. They're supposed to train them, they teach them how to drive in this situation. I'm sorry why all Muslims happy.
What's your name? Sunday?
The gathering for the pledge to be law-abiding and conscious of the teaching of Allah.
We'll take a break now, return with more stories. Just stay with us.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to our husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Because some people will stand for Yoruba land, will be strong man. You don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
You're still watching CoreTv News in this hour. For more news stories, join us in the social media platforms. Facebook.com/CoreTv News. Leave a space at Twitter, CoreTv News NG. On YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTv, leave a space news. Gunmen have stormed Omok and Obricom communities in Ogbe, Ogbema, and Doni local government area of Rivers State, unleashing terror on the people. Eyewitnesses say 7 persons were shot in Omok and 6 others in Obricom in the cult clash, which lasted for 2 days. The police public relations officer in the state, DSP Ahmad Mohammed, who confirmed the incident, said the command has deployed more men to the affected areas to restore order. The PRO further disclosed that the Rivers State Command is currently on the trail of the warring parties while reiterating its reserve to maintain its onslaught against criminality in the state. Lecturers and tertiary institutions owned by the Osun State government says they would not obey Governor Rauf Aregbesol's directive to return to classes on Monday. In a statement in Osogbo, the lecturers, under the aegis of the Council of Academic Staff Unions of Osun State owned tertiary institutions, said they would not allow the state government to coerce them to resume without addressing the issues which caused the indefinite strike. The statement disclosed that Governor Aregbesola had only paid the lecturers 1 month out of the 9-month salaries owed them, despite the release of 34.988 billion naira to the state for that purpose. The lecturers described the directive as violent, ridiculous, malicious, lawless, and ill-advised. And now to Bayelsa State, former Bayelsa State Governor Temipre Silva has claimed that he remains the governorship candidate at the All Progressive Congress in the state. In a statement on Friday by the media advisor to Silva, Mr. Doifie Ola, the campaign organization said the primary was conducted in accordance with stipulated rules and guidelines, and as such, the party has no reason to cancel its outcome. The statement pointed out that the APC's national chairman, John Oyegun, does not have the powers to unilaterally annul the primary. It will be recalled that the disputed primary where Silva emerged as a candidate was cancelled by the APC's national leadership over alleged irregularities and violence. The World Health Organization, WHO, has announced that polio is no longer endemic in Nigeria. Nigeria has not reported a case of white poliovirus since July 24, 2014, and laboratory data confirm that a full 12 months have passed without any new case in the country. The Global Polio Eradication Initiative, a public-private partnership leading the effort to eradicate polio, described this development as a historic achievement in global health. This is the first time that Nigeria has interrupted transmission of white poliovirus, bringing the country in the African region closer than ever to being certified polio-free. We'll take another break now, return with more stories. Just stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTv News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTv Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTv News, a 24-hour news station.
Glad to have you back in business. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has mapped out plans to partner the Chinese government in the enhancement of agricultural development. Permanent Secretary in the ministry, Sonny Echono, stated this in Abuja while receiving the Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Jiu Xiaoje, in his office. Ochono, who observed that the Chinese agricultural development model suited Nigeria's agricultural transformation agenda, said Nigeria is working to improve its milling capacity in rice and cassava. He added that Nigeria requires support in the establishment of ranches, poultry and textile industry, thereby inviting Chinese investors to come and invest in these sectors. According to Echono, Nigeria is working hard towards increasing productivity, hence the need to develop the staple crops processing zones. Saudi Arabia's top religious leader, Sheikh Abdulaziz Al-Sheikh, says the Hajj stampede, which killed 717 pilgrims, was beyond human control. Al-Sheikh, who disclosed this during a meeting with the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Nayef in Saudi Arabia, said fate and destiny are inevitable. The stampede is the worst disaster in a quarter-century to strike the annual event and drew fierce criticism of the Saudi authorities' handling of safety, particularly from regional rival Iran. And now to Syria. Lebanon's Shia movement Hezbollah, an ally of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, says a 6-month truce has been agreed for the rebel-held town of Zabadani and 2 Shia towns in the northwest. Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah told the movement Al-Mana television on Friday that a deal was reached under the auspices of the UN with mediation from Damascus' ally Iran. He disclosed that the deal will entail the evacuation of armed and injured men from Zabadani to Idlib province in exchange for the evacuation of 10,000 civilians from the villages of Fua and Kafraya to zones controlled by the regime. Nasrallah pointed out that there will be no more fighters in Zabadani, adding that the Syrian army could enter the remaining rebel-held areas and take control. And now to sports. Nigeria's senior women national team have dropped 9 places to 38th in the latest FIFA World Ranking, which was released on Friday after failing to secure an Olympics ticket. In July, the reigning African champions were adjudged the 29th best women football playing team in the world, despite crashing out of the preliminary rounds of the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup in Canada. Falcons continued their downward trend at the 2015 All-African Games, where they failed to get a medal. Winners of the All-African Games women football event, Ghana, are 52nd in the world, while Cameroon moved 2 steps down to the 45th position, with Côte d'Ivoire placed 52, having moved 5 places up. Overall, the top 5 places remained unchanged, with reigning world champions USA, Germany, France, Japan and England retaining their places, while Korea cinched up to Brazil 7th, Sweden 8th, Australia 9th, and Norway 10th. And finally, Swiss prosecutors say they are investigating the head of football's world governing body FIFA, Sepp Blatter, on the suspicion of criminal mismanagement. The Attorney General's office said he was suspected of signing a contract that was unfavorable to FIFA and making a disloyal payment to European football chief Michel Platini. They disclosed that Blatter is being questioned and his office has been searched. 79-year-old, who has run FIFA since 1998, has however denied the allegations. Meanwhile, FIFA, which has been hit by a string of corruption allegations in recent years, says it is cooperating with the investigation. And that's it on CoreTv News on this hour. Thank you so much for watching. I am Nena Nyama. Good evening.